Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2, and welcome back to Army Hearties, 'tis the Pirate Droid. So, since last time, Thorncraft Island has been tweaked, so we've got a crystal, and it is now time to start down the line of Thorncraft. Thorncraft is a magic mod, and there's a couple of magic mods we're going to be looking at here. As you can see, I've made a basic Thorncraft table. You make a table out of wood, you hit it with a wand. I've also gotten some shards, which is just hammering specific blocks. I've done the ones I can do, which is sandstone, grass, sandstone slab, normal stone slab, grass, and TNT. Nice and easy, and I grew and cut down a great tree as well. So, how do we begin in Thorncraft? Well, that's how you begin in Thorncraft. You get the wand, which is making iron caps, and it gives you the great wood, an extra wand, reward bags, things like that. You make the table, you make the arcane crafting bench. The next thing we have to do is we have to get ourselves a Thornomicon so that we know what we're doing. So, boom, we make a bookshelf and we right click it, and here we have the Thornomicon. And this is where we learn things about what's going on in Thorncraft. And the way we do that is we gather research points, and we use research points to unlock things. But I don't have many research points at the moment, and what I have to do to get research points is I have to complete the next quest, which is a thermometer. And a thermometer allows me to research things in the real world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself up a thermometer, and then I'm going to get myself an array of items to research, and I will bring you all back ready for that. So if memory serves, it's any of the shards, gold and glass, and there's my thermometer. And as you can see, like, I can scan things. It says that's too difficult to understand, but if I nope. Dang it. I was trying to do that. If I get a piece of dirt out and scan the dirt, there we go, I get some terror. So that's the basic principle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up everything I need to unlock everything, because it's a tiered system. And I'm not having a good day today with putting things down accidentally. It's a tiered system, and what that means is to learn the tier 2 I need all of the tier 1s, or at least I need the tier 1s that make them up. So each of the tier 2 have 2 tier 1s in them, each of the tier 3 have 2 tier 2, each of the tier 3s have 2 tier 2s, each of the tier 4 have 2 tier 3s, and so on and so forth. So everything is made up of a combination of elements, and I need all of those elements to interact with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up everything I need, and we will do some Thorncraft. You can just go around scanning. So for instance, I've done earth, that got me terra, so theoretically water should get me aqua, and so on and so forth. But to be honest, I'm just going to line up a line to show you guys what you need to do. So I will see you in a couple of minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the series just as we are getting into scanning. I've actually found it very hard to find an up-to-date list, and I've been sort of struggling along. I didn't want to scan anything, and I don't have another save at this level, so I've been kind of struggling along trying to figure things out without scanning things, so I'm at a little bit of an impasse, so we're going to get down to some scanning. Dirt I've already scanned, that's terra, that's the first primal aspect. Nether brick should be ignis. To understand this, I need to study magical items. Right, okay, in which case we can go and get ignis from lava. There we go, some ignis and terra from lava. Water should give us aqua, yep. And again, water from the fresh waters mod should give us aqua. Smooth stone should give us access to ordo, which is the aspect of order, and cobblestone should give us access to destruction. So there's destruction. The one we're looking for now is sand. And as far as I'm aware, is air. And as far as I'm aware, air isn't particularly easy to get hold of. We'll have to do some other research first. So copper should give me metallum and transmutation. You need to study crystal. Okay, so to get crystal we need glass. There we go. So that's crystal is vitreous. Now we should be able to study copper to get transmutation. So that's metal and transmutation. Ice gives us gelum, which is just frozen. I had to create a glacial precipitator to do that. This, I need to study things that move first. Okay, so torches should give us light, which is lux. Now comes the bit where we're kind of a little bit lost. So let's just lay things out. I've set something up now. So we have cobblestone, which will give us, if we press shift, that gives us earth and chaos. This gives us pure order, so we know that that works. This gives us water, and we need lava for fire, but we don't have anything to represent that. Can we scan this now? Study things that are magical. Okay, so this gives us metal and transmutation. This gives us ice, and this gives us crystals. Can the sugar give us something? So the kind of stumbling block we have at the moment is air. So we have to think of things that are airy, things that are light, but don't really have anything else to them. So, like, we know it's not feathers, because to get feathers we need to study things that move. Let's see if we can study things that move. What moves? Trapdoors move. So let's grab a trapdoor and let's see if we can study motion from a trapdoor. Need to study plants. Okay, so try a plant. To understand this, you need to study plants. So what other kind of plant is there other than that sort of plant? Let's see if we can get anything from grass. Grass is a kind of plant. Sources of life for that one. Okay. So we have grass. Can we get anything from grass? Need to study sources of life. Okay. So I've been told, yes, so a watering can is a source of life. Excellent. And that allows us to study plants. So one of the major stumbling blocks that everyone has is victus, which is life, because that, as you can see, kind of inhibits your ability to study plants, it inhibits your ability to study, well, all sorts of things. And there we go, we have wood, and wood allows us to study because we've studied plants. And there's motion, so there's movement. So victus comes from our watering can, which is life, which is one of the big stumbling blocks. Now we've studied motion, can we study air and volatus? So that gets us our final primal aspect and the aspect of movement. And because we've studied that, we should be able to study this, which gets us arbor and herba, which we've already got. Can we get potentia? Need to study tools. Okay, so what about eggs? Can we get... So there we have limus, victus and bestia. The reason we can't get victus from that normally is because of the limus and the bestia. So that's animals basically. Does this have an aspect listing in it? Agromancy, Thorncraft, yes, aspects of magic. So you can see that we're starting to build it up. We've got air and aqua, we've got arbor, bestia, gelum, herba, ignis, limus, lux, metallum, motus, ordo, peditio, permutatio, terra, victus, vitreous and volatus. But now comes the kind of thing where we have to start scanning everything. So there's vacuous from chests, and we can get gelum, or too close to the ingot. Need to study man first before I can study greed. So let's see what we can get from sugarcane, or from sugar. Sugar gives us famis, which is food and eating, which is great. And can we study man from rotten flesh? Need to study the mind. So to study the mind we could try, I know it seems a bit weird, but cocoa beans. Need to study spirits. Well, I've got some soul sand, that's full of spirits. You can see the little creepy faces on it if you look close enough. Soul sand. Need to study death. Okay, So, death, a bone. Still need to study death. Okay, so how would one study death? How would one study death? I'm not sure how I would get death. That gives us Metallum and Ordo. That should give us a lot of Metallum, but I can't get it yet. How do I study death? I wonder if I can study death by going and studying a zombie. I'm currently starving, so I'll just grab myself some carrot juice on the way past. Nom that as I head over to the zombie. And this is how the start of Thorncraft goes. We run around scanning things. There's an awful lot of aspects to get hold of. And the main way you're going to get hold of aspects is by scanning them. However, there is another couple of ways to get hold of aspects. You can get them from knowledge fragments, and you can get them from petrified brains. Whoops. Nothing can be learned from this. Oh, okay. In which case I shall pop it like a bug. How will I study death? Need to study man. So I need to study death before I can study man. You know what? I'm actually at a bit of a loss as how to get death. Can I get death from meat? What if I throw a bit of beef on the floor? Need to study the nature of death. How do I study the nature of death? One of the ongoing frustrations of, well, everyone. Zombie head. Study the nature of death. Okay. Death. Leather. Need to study tools. So I can't do bones. Can I do bone meal? Need to study spirits, and to study spirits I need to study death. But this is going to be me for like the foreseeable future, moving through the different bits and pieces and studying what I can study to see if I can't. Need to study man. Need to study man. One thing you can do is it gives you a node as a reward for one of the quests. You can pop that down and study that to get 15 of each, but you have to be careful where you put it down, because the node is going to basically stay where you put it, and you're going to be using it later on. Nope, can't study that. But I will continue to look around, and I will see if I can't find some death somewhere. I have no idea where I'm going to find it, but I'll see if I can't find it somewhere. And then, once I know where it is, and I know how we can get hold of it, I will finish off building my little tree of things to study. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!